welcome back to the Laker family, where the Lakers just beat the Phoenix Suns in another close one, 109 to 102. They take game two, and the series is now tied. And I'm very happy that we were able to pull away with this win, because if we didn't, I was going to feel the worst for our team moving forward. Not the absolute worst, because you got CP3 dealing with an arm injury that could sort of hamper his team going forward, but I still would have been on complete edge if we would have lost this game. And it's so great that in the same night, whenever the Lakers can win and the Clippers can lose. So that was just the cherry on top. I'm loving every bit of it. It's going to be a field day tomorrow, especially on Undisputed. I can't wait for it. I just can't wait. But you can see the man right here on this big screen here. As you can see, he was one of the main reasons why we won tonight. A great bounce back night tonight from Anthony Davis. You can see there the difference in the games from game one to game two. A complete different man. He went from 13 to 34 points. He went from 7 rebounds to 10 rebounds. He added 3 blocks, and get this, he even added in 7 assists. Complete all-around game. This is the type of Anthony Davis that we know and love, that is considered the best big man in the league. And we need to see this. We need to see more of this, because it's kind of been a down year for Anthony Davis, to say the least. Whether it was injuries, whether it was just chemistry issues, whatever the case may be. But we know what he's capable of when he's on his game, and he has to attach a killer will to match his game, to be able to consistently put up these type of numbers. I said that he needed to outplay DeAndre Ayton. He did that. I think DeAndre Ayton, he still had a good game. He ended up with like maybe 20 and 10, but Anthony Davis outplayed him. And that was the main reasons for us pulling this win out. LeBron James as well. He was huge in this game. I'm talking about hitting some timely, clutch shots. I was getting a little antsy, because the fourth quarter came around, and it was nip and tuck, and I'm like, there were some lows there where LeBron was choosing to kind of sit back a little bit there, and try to facilitate, but I needed him to, put the foot on the gas there, and when the rubber met the road, he did come through. He pulled it out, and again, this game was still too close for my liking, considering the circumstances. You had CP3 go down. This game should have been just washed away, and I felt like we kind of blew too many opportunities to expand on our lead. Once we got it up to like 13, 14, that was our chance to go ahead and put our foot on their necks. So if I could say, if there was something I was kind of upset about, it would be that. I felt the referees, they missed the call at the end of the third quarter. The Suns were going on a run, and I think D-Book had maybe hit a couple of shots in a row. He was beginning to do his thing, and but he was coming down the court on that last possession. He traveled. The announcers missed it, because everything was kind of happening fast, but the announcers missed it because they was talking about something else, and we jumped in. We double teamed Devin Booker, and he kind of thought about passing it, but it was too late. He had already moved about 4 steps, and Frank Vogel was screaming like, "How come y'all didn't call that a travel?" But instead of them calling a travel, they let him get away with it. He dishes it open to the corner to an open Johnson. What's the kid's name with the hair? Tall, skinny kid. Cameron. I think it's Cameron Johnson. But yeah, he knocked it down, ripped a wide open 3, and it brought them to like maybe 4 or 5. And I felt like that momentum right there propelled them into coming all the way back in that fourth quarter. Momentum is real, and when referees miss calls like that, those are big momentum swingers right there. But even with that, going in the Suns' favor, I felt like the Lakers, they still kind of did some silly things there to aid the Suns' comeback there. So we got to clean that up going forward. Especially, I mean, the guy that just had me pulling my hair out my head was Cameron Payne. A guy named Cameron Payne had me just clawing at my head. I'm like, will somebody get in front of this guy? Will somebody stop this guy? I remember there was a game earlier in the season. The same thing happened. We let Cameron Payne go off and they beat us. You cannot let that happen. You're gonna have the Skip Baylesses of the world, saying, "Oh, we caught a break because CP3 got hurt." But to be honest with you, I feel like Cameron Payne played a great game, a tremendous game, to the point where I felt like he was playing even better than CP3 would have gave them, because he ended up with like 19 points off the bench. He was willing and dealing, But for some reason, we're the team that we catching breaks. But you got the whole Brooklyn Nets out here playing a banged up Boston Celtic team with no Jaylen Brown, and now it looks like Tatum's hurt. So I don't want to hear nothing about the Lakers are catching breaks and this and that. I don't want to hear it. You play who's in front of you, and that's that. But this game could have easily went the other way with some of the mistakes that we allowed. And I felt like, once again, we did not get enough support from role players. Really, 4 guys only came to the party on the offensive end, and that was LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Dennis Schroeder, and Andre Drummond. The rest of the guys were no-shows. KCP 0 points, but the only thing that helped KCP make up for his lack of offense tonight was he played some hellified defense tonight. D-Book actually struggled tonight. He ended up with 31 points, but a lot of those were trash free throw buckets at the end. We were committing some silly fouls there at the end. The game was already pretty much over with, but we were still doing some silly fouls, like fouling Devin Booker on the three-point line, just gift wrapping him free throws. So that kind of made his stat line look a little bit better, but don't be fooled by that. D-Book, he had a tough night, to say the least. He had a tough night, and it was a difference in between this game and the first game, where Devin Booker was just eating, cooking, doing whatever he wanted. It didn't matter. But tonight, we showed our worth on the defensive end, and this is like the second game in a row we held a great high-scoring offense to like just 102. So that shows you how lethal our defense is. We just have to match that with our offense. And when our three main scores, when they play well, 9 times out of 10 we win. That's Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder had a tremendous game tonight. 24 points. He was doing his thing out there. LeBron James ended up with like 23 and 9. Knocked down clutch shot after clutch shot, fadeaways, 3-point shots, you name it. Andre Drummond only played 24 minutes, but he still ended up with 15 points and 12 rebounds. Very great production from those guys. But going forward, we're going to need more from the bench. It was atrocious. THT, he kind of got in there, and it was kind of almost like a deer in headlights. He made like a silly turnover. He just didn't look like he was ready tonight. As a young pup in this league, when your number is called, you have to be ready, because you can easily have your minutes taken away from you, or you can lose trust from the coach, things like that. So you have to be ready. Even as a young pup in this league, you have to be ready when your number is called. Let's see if Frank Vogel is going to give him a second chance the next game, because he saw the same thing that we were seeing. He was kind of in a, looked like the lights were a little bit too bright, and he pulled him, and he only ended up with 6 minutes. Montrezl Harrell didn't see the floor tonight. Guys like Morris got to do better. He only had 0 points. He had 0 points. Marc Gasol, he only had 4 or 5 points, but he did knock down a clutch 3 that gave us the lead at the end when the game was kind of teeter-tottering there. And I felt like that was a huge 3 from Marc Gasol at that moment. I think Anthony Davis hit another 3, and he was hype about it, was jumping up and down, screaming. I was happy for the kid because, people were bashing him, calling him out, and I called him out. And he responded like a true great player is supposed to. And so thank you, AD, but let's keep this up. Let's keep this consistent. Kyle Kuzma, I have never seen, I think he ended up with like maybe 2 or 0 points, something like that, but I've never had a player that, he used to be one of my favorite players on this Lakers squad, and he just quickly fell out of favor with me because, I got tired of this. Are y'all seeing the people that are still vouching for Kyle Kuzma? I get it. We want to stay up under him and uplift him, but at the same time, this is inexcusable. So we can make all the excuses all we want. We can vouch for him all we want, but in a high intensity playoff game like this, we cannot have Kyle Kuzma coming away with 0 points or 2 points. We cannot have it. It is indefensible, inexcusable, and it's not called hating on the man when you're calling it like you see it. So we need better production from Kyle Kuzma. If he plays better, these games won't be as tough as they are. You have Anthony Davis and LeBron James feeling like they have to take on double teams and triple teams because guys are not contributing. It's a road game, and guys are going to be a little bit tight on the road, but you got to do better than 0 points, 2 points here. The bench has got to do better at point blank period. That's not on Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel can do all the mixed matching and all this. Now sometimes Frank Vogel does do some suspect type of rotations, but like not nights like tonight, that's got nothing to do with the coach. If everybody he puts in the game, as far as role players, they're coming in and laying eggs, that's got nothing to do with Frank Vogel. That's got to do with effort, desire, and want to. So great job tonight on the defensive end. The defensive end is what got us this win tonight, and bounce back game from Anthony Davis. I told y'all, if Anthony Davis plays like a monster, 9 times out of 10 we're going to be winning these games. So kudos to my team tonight. So happy. We're taking it back to LA, where we should be heavily favored. And let's go in there and take care of business, guys. But that's it for tonight, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And as always, thank y'all for watching. If y'all haven't yet, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.